Hi there. This is mini concert number 125. Closing in on 2.5 years. Well, this first song is the only song I've ever heard about prisoners of war. From the point of view of the prisoner and also of their family. Josie works the counter at the downtown Five and Dime. Anything at all, help her pass the time. Her mama keeps a baby. Grandpa rambles on about the good times playing in his mind. It's a hard life living when you're lonely. It's a long night sleeping alone. It's a hard time waiting for tomorrow. It's a long, long way home. Well, Josie spends her evenings with the people from the pages of the paperback that she picks up at the store. Sometimes it's the TV, or she'll try to write a letter, but they don't come too often anymore. It's a hard life living when you're lonely. It's a long night sleeping alone. It's a hard time waiting for tomorrow. It's a long, long way home. And I stare at the gray wall before me. I see her face in the stone, and I try to imagine our baby, and I wish they would let me go home. Yes, I wish they would let me go home. It's a hard life living when you're lonely. It's a long night sleeping alone. It's a hard time waiting for tomorrow. It's a long, long way home. Bring me and the other boys home. Bring me and the other boys home. Bring me and the other boys home. So that's called Prisoners by John Denver. Next up is a song about, this song was first a poem. Got turned into a song in 1966. I think it was first done publicly by Judy Collins, called Suzanne. Well, Suzanne takes you down to her place by the river. You can hear the boats go by. You can spend the night forever. And you know that she's half crazy, and that's why you want to be there. And she feeds you tea and oranges that come all the way from China. Just when you mean to tell her that you've got no love to give her, well, she gets you on her wavelength and lets the river answer that you've always been her lover. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you think maybe you trust her, 'cause she's touched your perfect body with her mind. Well, Jesus was a sailor when he walked upon the water, and he spent a long time watching from a lonely wooden tower And when he knew for certain that only drowning men could see him, he said, all men shall be sailors now, until the sea shall free them. But he himself was broken long before the skies would open. Forsaken, almost human, he sank beneath your wisdom like a stone. And you want to travel with him, and you want to travel blind, and you think maybe you trust him, 'cause he's touched your perfect body with his mind. Well, Suzanne takes you down to her place by the river. You can hear the boats go by. You could spend the night forever, and the sun pours down like honey on Our Lady of the Harbor. She shows you where to look amid the garbage and the flowers. There are heroes in the seaweed, there are children in the morning. They are leaning out for love, and they'll lean that way forever, while Suzanne holds the mirror. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you think maybe you trust her, 'cause you've touched her perfect body with your mind. So that's Suzanne by Leonard Cohen, and it was inspired by an actual person that he had some sort of a cloudy relationship with. Its stories are a little mixed up on the internet. Let's see. Next up is an old English song. I think I heard the Kingston Trio or the Brothers Four, or one of those bands back in the 50s do this one. Gypsy Rover came over the hill, down through the valley so shady. So then he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle gate, left her own fond lover, left her servants and estate to follow the Gypsy Rover. La-dee-doo-wa-dee-doo-ah-day, la-dee-doo-wa-dee-day. Whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Her father saddled his fastest steed, he searched his lands all over for his daughter at great speed, and the whistling Gypsy Rover. At last he came to a mansion fine, down by the river Clady, and there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. La-dee-doo-wa-dee-doo-ah-day, la-dee-doo-wa-dee-day. Whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Well, he is no gypsy by father, she said, but lord of these lands all over, and I will stay till my dying day with a whistling Gypsy Rover. La-dee-doo-wa-dee-doo-ah-day, la-dee-doo-wa-dee-day. Whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. the Whistling Gypsy by Anon. Next up is a song that my grandmother used to sing this song, but not this particular version. This particular version was the Brothers Four version, and they did it during their college concert tours. Believe it or not, this song was a little risque back in the 50s. Well, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did go to the Coconut Grove for the midnight show, Molly Mouse was a hat-check girl, woo-woo. Molly Mouse was the hat-check girl, woo-woo. Molly Mouse was the hat-check girl. He thought he'd hit this chick of world, woo-woo, woo-woo, woo. So he sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, Sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, Sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, said, please, Miss Molly, would you be my bride? Well, not without my Uncle Rat's consent, no, no. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, jamais. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, wouldn't marry the president, It wouldn't happen. No way. She said, so long, Clyde, you better hit the road, farewell. So long, Clyde, you better hit the road, farewell. So long, Clyde, you better hit the road. Ain't no frog, you're a horny toad, Oh, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, Froggy went a-courtin' and he did right, with a sword and a buckler by his side, So that is Froggy went a-courtin'. That particular version is pirated directly from the Brothers Four. Next up is, I think, one of the most performed songs in Irish pubs. It's a temperance song about a guy that goes off to seek his fortune, and his methods are questionable. Comes back with his ill-gotten gains, and this is the story. I played the Wild Rover for many's a year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. Now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover, no, never, no more. Well, I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. Then I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. For a custom like yours we could have any day. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover, no, never, no more. Then I pulled from me pockets 4 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, sir, we have whiskeys, wines of the best. And the words that I spoke, sir, were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I went home to me family, confessed what I'd done, and I asked them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they'd caress me like oft times before, sure I never would play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. So that is the Wild Rover, once again, by Anon, and that is mini concert number 125. Come back and see us next week for 126.